Councillor Grandi is the member of the Mayoral Committee for Community Safety in Tshwane. He's with the Freedom Front Plus in that coalition government there. Councillor Theunissen, good afternoon to you and thank you for your time. What kind of attacks have you seen on your what kind of attacks have you seen on your infrastructure? Who's actually attacking your infrastructure?
Well, it's probably a combination of organised crime, criminals on the one hand, and then also just a casual guy trying to take some copper and make a buck or two from it. So, but it's a mix of the two.
Is there a level of organisation to this? In the past, we've heard stories of, people who maybe supply water through tankers trying to stop water pipes from working, for example. Is there evidence of that kind of thing happening?
Well, we have picked up some cases in that regard in the past. So, yes, the answer is yes. But at the moment, the biggest onslaught is against our infrastructure to get the copper. And there's definitely syndicates involved in this, and they're operating in different areas. And we've also had serious attacks with armed people getting into a secure environment, tying up the security guards and then taking whatever they need. They vandalize our substations on a regular basis. So, yes, it's a serious problem.
They're clearly well organised. Do you get any help from the SAPS to try and crack these gangs, find out who's behind them?
Well, they have a unit in the city that looks after the infrastructure. So we do get help, but unfortunately they don't either have the capacity to assist us fully. And we've also established our own cable theft unit, which we are doubling up at the moment. We've advertised positions internally for another 30 members for this specific task team.
Other people who run other cities have suggested that when there's a high incidence of load shedding, you get a lot more vandalism. That's because it's often safer to steal this cable, particularly the copper, when the power isn't running through the cables. We haven't had load shedding for over a month now. Has that made any difference at all?
Well, it has declined slightly, but still these guys are well informed and they seem to know, mostly they seem to know what they are doing and what the dangers are, and they are eliminating it. They know how to disconnect the supply, and then they go ahead and they are quite professional in this. They'll dig a trench up in 30 minutes and take whatever they need to do and move off the site. So it's not entirely when there's load shedding, but right throughout it's basically at night where this happens, but it's happened during the day as well in secluded areas.
What kind of measures can you institute to actually, protect your infrastructure? What are you going to try and do?
Well, this is the purpose of the summit we had today. We know that we are far behind in terms of technology. And I had quite a lot of role players involved, specialists in the security environment. And we have to start using technology to safeguard our infrastructure. And at the same time, it must be backed up by armed response so that we can respond in time and be more proactive.
There's so much that happens here. I mean, do your residents actually help you? Do they tell you someone's digging up a trench? Or do, in some cases, people just sort of ignore what's happening around them, often because they're just simply scared of these criminals?
Well, the problem is because it occurs mostly at night, residents don't notice it until the lights go out. So it's quite a serious problem, but we've had instances where residents have warned us and we could react fast enough to stop it. But unfortunately, as I said, it's mostly at night when these things occur.
Councillor Grandi, thank you. Member of the Mayoral Committee for Community Safety in the city of Tshwane. He's with the Freedom Front Plus in that coalition arrangement there.